Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Angela. It's a well, I was going to say it is a lovely Friday, because why wouldn't it be lovely? It's cold, you can see we're long sleeves on, and it's raining. Gosh, yesterday was boiling, today's raining. I don't know what's happening with the weather, but a very warm welcome to you wherever you might be. Right, I have got a mixed bag today. I've got a little project that we're going to do, but I wanted to share with you very quickly a restock of my website shop. I've had my daughter Paige help me this week pack up some things which we did together, so I'm very excited to share those with you. And yeah, well, let me get to it. The first thing I've done is we have put together some more lace. So I've been working away all my bits and pieces that I have. So got a couple of new ones in here, but the lace bundles are restocked. We do have two different options for this. So you will see, I think this is number 1. And the other is number 2. So go and choose the different options that we have. I'm trying to have a clear out, so that's the first thing. All right, so you got lots of lovely bits in here, gorgeous colors. Right, so that's the first one, the lace bundles. Then I have done a restock of the seam binding, and this is just awesome. You get 5 colors, each one is 5 meters. And it's beautifully crinkled, and it goes so well with the Secret Garden journal kit, but of course with the colors that you have here, they can go with any journal that you're working on. All right, so those are the colors. Beautiful. All right, so that's this crinkle seam binding, so that's that. Then I have also put together something quite exciting. Now, I don't know if you remember me doing this little tutorial for Rach and Bella's creation on her how boho can you go. If you haven't seen those, you should go and have a look. They're fantastic projects there. This was the one that I did for myself, and I'm not going to page through it, but I had a lot of people ask me about the little bits that I used. So the sari and these beautiful lace bits that I used on this project. So what I have done is I've actually put a little bundle together for that. So let's put that there, and here it is. So yeah, this was what we were doing this week. So you can see all little snippets of lace that I was making lots of tabs with things. So I've put in all the little bits. There's that little bit that I used over there. All these bits that I use for tabs, they're little snippety bits, you know, like that. We've also put in here, I've put in 2 meters of the actual sari that I used for that project. So you've got 2 meters of that, and some of it is very scrappy, which is what I wanted for making these little bits here. So, you know, you've got a lot of threads in here, which is classic of sari silk, but great to do that project. Okay, and the same with this. Then I've added 2 of the little baubles that I used as well, and you've got about a 3/4 of a meter of the lovely lace that I added here and there. So if I take that out, and they're not all exactly the same, obviously, because, you know, I was using a sari wedding dress. I've cut up bits so that you can use them. So you've got pieces like this and pieces like that, and you can trim those all off. Gorgeous bits in here, absolutely stunning. So you've got like a big piece, and I took like these sorts of pieces and used those. So you've got all of this. And then over here I've got all these little bits of the tulle, and the tulle I used for bits over here. You know, you can cut these off, use all of this, and there's some more gorgeous bits there, and of course it's got the silk as well. And then I've added some more tulle, and then a piece of the silk which we've ironed and put it all in there. So that's what I've done for this, because I had people asking me about it, and I only have 10. So if you're wanting one of these, please go and head over to my website shop. The links are going to be down in the description box below this video, and I had it all nicely arranged, but I will deal with that in a minute. These are like surprise bundles, I'm going to call them. I've got a mini surprise and a bigger surprise. The mini surprise, let's hope I can, my daughter's wrapped these beautifully. You've got a couple of lace pieces, so you've got 5 different lace, and again, this is potluck. We've tried to keep it different. You've got your ribbons underneath, and again, I think you've got about 5 of the small lace pieces, and I think it was 3, 4, about 7 to 8 ribbons. So we try to give you a good selection, and you've also got 5 fabric bits in there as well. All right, so that's the mini surprise bundle, and I'm going to just close that up like that. So it's whatever, you know, they are different, slightly different, but the principle is the same with the amount of lace, ribbon and fabric that you get. Then this is the big surprise. Your big surprise, let's just open that up like that, and then you've got I think 6 or 7 fabrics. You've got a lot more ribbon here, I think 13, and you've got 7 lace bundles. All right, so yeah, again, this is an indication of the kind of thing that you get, but they do slightly vary. I was trying to get rid of everything that I have, this, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and that's what that is. All right, so these are on offer on a special price for these, and along with the boho kit, the lace bundle and the seam binding. All right, so please go and help yourself over there. It's in the website shop. I'll put the links in the description box below. Right, now for today's little project. I have been making the sweetest little bundle, little pocket, floating pockets here, and these were so quick and easy to make. I haven't quite finished this one because I needed I've just broken my punch. Look at it, it's jammed, and you know, this must be about the 5th one of these I've had, and I'm not going to buy it again. Fiskars, you have let me down. It's just paper I'm putting in here, so it's jammed, and I try to get it out, but there we go. So this one's unfinished. So I'm going to just do you a little flip through of the little tour of this one. So we've got 2 little bits of ephemera in the front. I've used my lovely lemon lace paper, so these just go in here, and all these bits come from my ephemera kits, whether that be the Secret Garden journal or the mini. Then I've got a little tag in the back here, and then you turn it over and you've got another little pocket there. You can see I've got an altered paper clip, and it's altered on both sides, and I'll show you how to do that. And we've got 2 little pieces of ephemera in here. All right, now what I have done is you can remove this. All right, it does open up, it's loose. You can also open this up like that. I didn't stick these down, but you could put some secret journaling on there. Yeah, it's up to you, or you can glue those on there if you want. It's up to you. And then that closes. It is attached on the back, and then this goes on over here just to close it, and also go over your page if you so wish. And then these, that goes there and that goes there. All right, so, and I've done one in the green, which I'm going to show you how I did this, and then we'll use that ephemera to put that all together. So what do you need? Right, not much. Besides your ephemera, you need, I'm using a little flower. I managed to get the 4 little 1-inch circles that I needed. I've got a butterfly, a paper clip, a piece of lace, and you want a piece of paper. Now, I have used my lace background pages, but any piece of paper in any style will work. This is an A4. It doesn't matter if it's A4 or US letter, either will work. I have cut it in half. All right, so it's exactly half of this piece, and that is what I'm going to use. All right, it is printed on both sides, but that doesn't have to be the case. When it comes to the bit that's sticking out, which really only is this top piece here and there, you can just stick a piece on the corner or stencil, so you don't need to do that. So that's what I've got there. And then I've just grabbed one of my other pieces of paper. I then am going to do it right now as well. Oops. I want to just cut off 1.5 inches. So I'm just moving that up there so I can see 1.5 inches there or thereabouts. So all right, it's just a strip I'm cutting off for the base, and again, any piece of paper will do. All right, so that's all you really need. Now what you want to do first of all is take the half piece of paper. You could do this with a full sheet, you'd have a bigger piece, but I wanted to fit into my journal, so I'm going to just take this, meet up the corners at the top and fold it in half. Right, so there we go. Hopefully I've got that meeting up. Take the bone folder, just give it a nice burnish, all right? And then you can open that up again. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I want to take the bottom corner, one of the corners, here's the fold line. I want to meet that up with the fold line, so just below it, just like less than a hair's breadth. All right, just so that it's not going to be a problem in that fold line. Right, and then just again fold that up. Yeah, do the same on the other side. So take the opposite corner, meet it up with that line like that, and press it down. No measuring involved, no measuring. Okay, now what I want you to do is have these lines, vertical lines, just line it up if you've got your mat or something. If you don't have a mat, draw a line on a piece of paper just so that you've got a line where this top point can just be a sort of spotting point. All right, so I've got my point on that line and I've got this line on that line there. Now what I want to do is I want to lift this point, I want to meet it on the top line there, but I want to make sure that when I fold it over, this bit is going to line up with this bit. All right, so just do it slowly. Yeah, I've got that up there. Now all I need to do is make sure that these are aligned, and before you press it, you can move it and move it. Before you press it, make sure these two are on the same spot. That is correct, I'm happy. And then just bring your hand down, and when you are happy and you can check, yes, yes, go like that. It's as simple as that. Now wouldn't this be a fab mass make? Yeah, because if you just did that, look at that. Yeah, that would be amazing. Now, as I said, you can, I did try on my other one to glue these down. Now, what I would suggest is if you're going to be gluing, glue just along this fold line here that you made originally. All right, no other line, because I did glue down on the other and that was a mistake. All right, so we live and learn. Okay, so that's all I would glue down. Don't go and glue these down because it's tempting to do so. All right, but if you are not wanting to have it open at any point to put a secret message on here, then, and we'll do it with this one, you can then just glue the sides up. All right, so you can just put some glue here and some glue, put it on the shorter side, not the longer, because that side isn't that long. Right, so on both short sides, and then again just press that there and press that there. Now, as always, I'll just get my little clips out. You can use paper clips if you don't have clips. You know, this is just to keep it together while we are faffing around here. Okay, and then you have your pocket, and you've got pockets inside as well. Okay, Now the next bit is really, I should have done this before I glued this together, but it doesn't matter. You can get around it. Just give it a little bit of distress ink, like that. All right, so there we go. We've got all of that done and I'm happy with that. Now what we need to do is we want to work out a little base strip. And as I said, I've cut the length of a piece of paper. Yours might be 11 inches, mine is 11 3/4. It doesn't matter, mine is too long anyway. But it's relevant to the piece of paper that you are using. Okay, so I quite like that bit there, and I thought I'll have that as the flap on the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure the edge there, and then over here I'm just going to fold that around. Okay, measure them up with this line so that they're straight. Okay, there we go, and then we'll move that up a bit. Got that there, push it down so it's not too big, and then I just take your bone folder, make a little fold there, and at this point you're going to need to cut some off. Right, so I am going to just cut off like that. Now you can use this later because this is the sort of piece that you use to cut out your little 1-inch circles. All right, so that's there. Now I'm going to use my brains this time and just ink this before, if you like to ink it, and the bottom ever so quickly. How quick is this project? You know, you could roll these off in all sorts of extra paper that you have. You know, I think that it would make a great mass make. Now I decide which side you fancy as the front, and they really look very similar, but I'm going to go with that. So that's the bit I want to have over there. Yeah, and I think at this point I'm going to move this clip and put it down there. Then on this one I'm going to move it to the base, right, just for the mo, and well, we won't be able to for very long. I want to now just put some glue along the base here. Yeah, and a little bit over there, and a little bit over there. Right, now at this point you can just bring that round, remove your little clips, line it up with the edge just like that. This is the only part where it's really attached. You can put your little clips back on. I will say I love this glue, but it doesn't, which is a good thing for most, the most part, is that it doesn't catch, or adhere itself, that's the word, as fast as the art glitter, which is a blessing mostly, except when I need it to. Right, so this bit is still loose, but that rear bit is just this section here is now attached, so that'll be your pocket for the back. This little flap here is loose, and so is this front one. All right, so it's not going to come off because we've stuck it on the back. That's going to go around there like that. Okay, so we can just put it there like that. Okay, all good. Right, so how sweet is that already? Right, so all good. All that is left to do now is to make our little altered paper clip. So I've got a little paper clip, this one, in case you wanted to know, it's not very big. It's 1 1/4 inches, or I think probably 3 centimeters. Yeah, just over 3 centimeters. Any size that you have is fine. Oh, while I'm at it, let's go to the back here. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this. I want to put on a little piece of lace here, so I thought I would just run that across the bottom. I'm just going to size this lace so I don't have to worry about cutting it. So that side's fine, and then I think that like that. Great, ready to go. So I'm going to get it. I'm keeping the lace more to the bottom, and the reason for that is I've made this before, so it helps. We live and learn. My paper clip is going to go above, so I don't want to be rubbing it over this lace. Right, so what we want to do is keep the lace toward the bottom. Yeah, making one in beforehand does alert you to all the pitfalls. But yeah, it's not always possible, is it? Right, so we've got that done. Plenty Fabri-Tac on there. Whatever glue you want to use is fine. Even the Barely art glue is fine. But I did use it on my daisy earlier, and I noticed it took a while to do its thing, and I need speed when I'm recording. So we'll go with this. Right, happy with that. Give it a little trim on the end. Okay, all good. Right, so that's the back, that's the front. Now we want to take our little paper clip. I've used my blush dandelion seed paper. Gosh, I can't think today. So you want 2 of these, and then this one we're going to use for the front. All right, so these are 1-inch punched pieces. Now I'm going to put the smaller bit at the back, so got the bigger loop in the front. Right, so now I'm going to put one of these underneath like that. In fact, you can do it the other way. There we go. So just put it up and settle it halfway, and then you can take your glue again and put some in the middle and at the top and the bottom like that, and then take the second circle and stick that over the top. Now this can be a messy affair. Now don't worry about indenting it over this paper clip, because we're going to put our butterfly there and it's not going to really be noticeable. So just get your little ink dauber and go around like that. There we go. Right, so that's that one. And then you want to do the same at the back. So I've got this one, and oh, I quite fancy those pictures actually. I'm going to have this one. Right, so we'll put this one underneath like that. Now what I did was I moved it slightly away because it's easier to find where the split is if you have a little bit of a gap there. So that's what I've done. And to put onto your project, that's what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Right, we've got that one there, and we're just putting this one on top again. So this is where it starts to get tricky. And I just use the paper bone folder just to squish the edges together. There we go. Right, so you've now got each one of those sides covered. Right, now we are going to put our little butterfly, and I did have a little bit of muslin. I did put this on there. This is not a must. I just thought I'd try it, so I was trying to cover up my little indent bit, but you don't really need to do this. The butterfly is sufficient, so you want to just get some glue on there, quite a fair amount, spread it around, put this on, yeah, and then you can stick your butterfly over that, stuck on there. Okay, right, now that's the way it's going to go on, so make sure you're happy with how straight it is. Yeah, right, I am going to slide this on. I think it's easier to do that. Now with this little gap, you know where the split is. If you have them both lined up, it's hard to work that out. So let's turn it over that way, Let's turn it over that way, lift that, and just slide it on. Yeah, there we go, and it's in position here, so just straighten it a little bit like that. There we go. How cute is that? And perfect little closure. And then on that side you've got your little bit to put our little daisy on. And right, so I got that there. There we go. Now, as I said, this is going to be a floating pocket. So even if you slide it, let me grab this piece of paper, even if you, excuse the misprint, if you slide it over your page to adhere this to your page, it's still going to look pretty, yeah, and be attached, all right? So that's going to work well. And then, of course, you can open it up. Of course, you can just stick it all down if you don't want to open this up. It's up to you, but I quite fancy opening it up and having my little secret spot over there. You know, on this one I've stuck it down, so really you don't need to be doing all this, but on the other one it's open. Okay, if you're not going to have if you're going to glue it down, you can just stick this around all the way around, but still put on this because it's going to attach it to your page. Right, let's move that out the way. And then all that I did was I've taken these little, the moss rose one and this little one, and I've put that, I think that's supposed to go in the back because the bigger card. Right, so that's going to go in there and there. And then we've got our little tag. I've taken the bicycle tag. That's going to go into the front. And the front I'm calling this bit with a butterfly. So that's going to get into the pocket. There we go. And then I've just got my two other little cards. So this little one with a rabbit and this sweet little one, and that's going to go in over there. And there we have it. And there's the other one I made earlier. All right, so that one's got blush rose and the little waterfall there. There we go. All right, everybody, I wish you a very happy Friday and an awesome weekend. I am sure to be back on Sunday with another little project for you. Go and make 2 of these. We're going to put one in each of our signatures. It's a lovely addition to Mass Make, and it's going to look great in your journal in any theme or papers at all. So all those papers, whether they're half a page, you can trim them to half a page, you can do them in a bigger size. The principle is the same, and you can roll these off ready to add your ephemera to for any theme. All right, don't forget about the bundles. They will be in my website shop. Links for them, if you want to take a look, are below this video. Have a wonderful weekend, as I say, and I'll see you all on Sunday. Bye-bye.